2025 Los Angeles wildfires were a reminder that nature's wrath is often unstoppable, even for the wealthiest and most powerful. Celebrities, known for their luxury lifestyles and multi-million-dollar homes, were not spared from this disaster. Some of Hollywood's most iconic stars watched in disbelief as their cherished homes were engulfed in flames. While these tragedies cannot be measured in dollars alone, they represent a painful loss of memories, art, and personal history. Let's take a closer look at 30 celebrities who lost their homes in the fires and how they've coped with this heart-wrenching tragedy. 1. Jennifer Grey. Jennifer Grey, the beloved actress known for her role in Dirty Dancing, was one of the many stars who lost everything in the Brentwood wildfire. Her $4 million home, filled with personal art, mementos, and memories, was reduced to ashes. Grey shared her devastation over the loss, reflecting on how her home was a sanctuary filled with meaningful objects. She mentioned that she was able to grab a single sentimental item, a painting created by her mother in 1987. But the rest was lost to the flames. "I don't know how to face this loss," Grey said, her voice heavy with emotion. The painting she managed to save was a small piece of hope amidst the destruction, a poignant reminder of her family's history. Despite the overwhelming grief, Grey showed immense strength as she expressed gratitude for the safety of her loved ones, emphasizing that, though the material loss was profound, the preservation of her family was the most important thing. 2. Mel Gibson. Actor Mel Gibson, known for Braveheart and Lethal Weapon, lost his $15 million mansion in Calabasas to the wildfires. Gibson, who has often been described as a man of great strength and resolve, was visibly shaken by the magnitude of the loss. "I used to think I could face anything, but in the face of nature, we are so small," he admitted in a statement, reflecting on the vulnerability humans face in the wake of natural disasters. Gibson's home was not just a house, but a place of refuge and pride, and its loss was a blow. He criticized the state's preparedness for such disasters, pointing out that the rapid spread of the fire highlighted weaknesses in how communities are equipped to deal with such events. Despite the devastation, Gibson's focus remained on his family's safety, and he emphasized the need for action to prevent such tragedies in the future. His perspective on the events serves as a reminder of how humbling nature can be and how we must be proactive in preparing for the inevitable challenges that arise. 3. Billy Crystal. Comedian and actor Billy Crystal, beloved for his roles in When Harry Met Sally and City Slickers, lost his $8 million Pacific Palisades home, where he had lived for 46 years. The home was a place where Crystal had raised his family and created countless memories, and its loss was a profound personal blow. "We built our life here, with all our love and hope," Crystal shared, choking back tears. While the loss was heartbreaking, Crystal found solace in his family. He expressed that as long as they had each other, they could start over. His reflections on the fire were a testament to the strength of family bonds and the resilience that can emerge from times of hardship. Crystal's message resonated with many, reminding them that while homes and possessions can be replaced, the love of family and the ability to rebuild from adversity are what truly matter. John Goodman. Actor John Goodman, known for his role in The Big Lebowski and Roseanne, was forced to evacuate his $7 million Pacific Palisades home, which was later destroyed by the fire. Goodman, who was caught off guard by how quickly the fire spread, expressed the pain of being unable to save precious mementos or belongings. "It happened so quickly, and I could do nothing," Goodman shared, his voice full of pain. For Goodman, the house was more than just a structure. It was a sanctuary, a place away from the pressures of fame. The loss of the home felt like the loss of a part of his identity, but Goodman's primary concern was the safety of his family. His words reflected a universal truth. Material things can be replaced, but the love and well-being of family are irreplaceable. Goodman's focus on his family's safety, despite the overwhelming sadness of the loss, is a reminder that resilience is found not in the things we own, but in the people we love. 5. Anthony Hopkins. Academy Award-winning actor Anthony Hopkins, famous for The Silence of the Lambs and The Father, lost his $10 million Pacific Palisades home to the fires. The house, filled with priceless art and antiques, was a tangible representation of Hopkins's life and legacy. The paintings I collected, the first script I ever wrote by hand, they're all gone, Hopkins shared in an emotional statement. The loss of these irreplaceable items weighed heavily on him. Despite the devastation, Hopkins remained optimistic and expressed gratitude that he and his family were safe. His response highlighted the importance of perspective during such a crisis. While the loss of irreplaceable items was heartbreaking, the preservation of life and the safety of loved ones are what matter most. Hopkins's words were a poignant reminder of the fleeting nature of material possessions and the enduring strength of human connection. 6. Jeff Bridges. Actor Jeff Bridges, beloved for his roles in The Big Lebowski and True Grit, faced the complete destruction of his $15 million Malibu home. "That was my ancestral home," Bridges said tearfully. "It's heartbreaking to see it all vanish in just one night." The loss of his family's home, a place that had been passed down through generations, left Bridges with a deep sense of grief. Despite the pain, Bridges remained hopeful. He expressed that while material things can be lost, family love would help him rebuild. "We will rebuild," Bridges said, emphasizing the resilience that comes from the strength of family bonds and the hope that comes from shared experiences. His reflections on the loss were filled with compassion, showing that while the loss of a home is deeply painful, the love of family provides the strength to recover and move forward. 7. Jamie Lee Curtis. Actress Jamie Lee Curtis, known for Halloween and A Fish Called Wanda, lost her $12 million Malibu home in the fires. Curtis and her family were forced to evacuate quickly, leaving behind years of memories and sentimental items. "That house was the culmination of a long journey for us," Curtis reflected. The loss was undoubtedly painful, but Curtis chose to focus on helping others during this difficult time. In addition to expressing her grief, Curtis made a powerful gesture by donating $1 million to wildfire relief efforts. Her decision to give back, despite her own loss, was a reflection of her deep compassion and commitment to supporting those in need. Curtis's actions reminded us all that even in the face of personal loss, there is always room for generosity, and that in times of crisis, we must help one another. 8. Mark Hamill. Mark Hamill, famous for his portrayal of Luke Skywalker in Star Wars, lost his $10 million Malibu home in the fires. Hamill, along with his family and their dog Trixie, evacuated in time, but their home was completely destroyed. "It felt like losing a part of my life," Hamill shared. "Everything that was once familiar is now just a pile of ashes." Despite the devastation, Hamill remained hopeful, stating, "We will rebuild, even though it's going to be tough." Hamill's words reflected a sense of hope and resilience, even in the face of overwhelming loss. His commitment to rebuilding and his recognition of the emotional toll the fire had taken on him and his family resonated deeply with many who had faced similar challenges. Hamill's story serves as a reminder that while rebuilding after such loss is difficult, The strength of family and the hope for the future can provide the foundation for recovery. 9. James Woods. Actor James Woods, known for his roles in Casino and Videodrome, watched as the Malibu wildfires came dangerously close to his $9 million home. Woods considered himself lucky as his property survived the flames. "I had prepared myself to lose everything, but somehow the fire stopped right before my doorstep," Woods said, reflecting on the close call. Woods's experience left him deeply moved, particularly after seeing the suffering of close friends like Billy Crystal and John Goodman, who lost their homes. His reflections on the events underscored the importance of preparation and the need to support those who were less fortunate. Woods's gratitude for his family's safety, combined with his empathy for others, showed the power of community support during times of crisis. 10. Ricki Lake television personality. Ricki Lake was another celebrity who lost her $6 million Malibu home to the wildfires. Lake, who had always considered her home a safe haven, watched in horror as the flames consumed it. "It happened so fast. One minute I thought I might still save it, and the next, everything was gone," Lake said, fighting back tears. Though devastated by the loss, Lake found comfort in knowing that her family was safe. Her experience mirrored that of many others who faced the uncertainty and fear of evacuation, only to return to find their homes destroyed. Lake's reflections on the loss reminded us of the fragility of life and the importance of family and safety in the face of disaster. 11. Cary Elwes actor. Cary Elwes, best known for his role as Westley in The Princess Bride, experienced the loss of his $8 million Malibu beachfront mansion to the wildfires. Elwes watched helplessly as the flames consumed his property, a place filled with cherished memories. Everything was gone, not just the house, but all the memories that had been built over many years. Elwes shared, visibly devastated. The emotional toll of losing a home filled with personal significance was evident in his words. His recollections of the loss revealed how intertwined personal experiences and family memories are with the physical space of a home. Despite the profound heartbreak, Elwes's reflections on the importance of community and resilience offered a sense of hope for those experiencing similar tragedies. 12. Diane Warren, the iconic songwriter with 14 Oscar nominations to her name, also lost her $10 million beachfront home in Malibu to the fires. The loss was not just material for Warren, it was deeply personal. One of the things she mourned the most was the destruction of her Steinway piano, an instrument she had kept for 20 years. "It wasn't just a piano. It was my companion on this creative journey," Warren said. For Warren, the piano represented more than just a physical object. It was a source of inspiration and a companion through her successful songwriting career. The loss of such a significant part of her creative process was a reminder of how deeply personal and emotional our connections to certain objects can be. Despite the devastation, Warren shared her commitment to rebuilding and moving forward, encouraging others who had lost their homes to do the same. 13. Sandra Lee TV personality. Sandra Lee was another casualty of the wildfires, losing her $7 million Malibu home to the flames. Lee watched in shock as the fire rapidly approached her property. "I tried everything I could to save the house, but the fire moved too quickly," Lee shared. She described the feeling of returning to the house the next day, only to find it unrecognizable, stating, "When I walked into the house the next morning, I didn't recognize where I had lived." Lee's words capture the immense disorientation that comes with the sudden loss of everything familiar. The rapid spread of the fire meant that there was no time to save treasured possessions or memories. Despite the overwhelming sense of loss, Lee found comfort in the safety of her family, and her focus on rebuilding and finding peace amidst the disaster resonated with many. 14. Maria Shriver, journalist Maria Shriver, who was also known for her role as First Lady of California, lost her $12 million Brentwood mansion in the fires. Shriver, who had to evacuate in the middle of the night, expressed how the experience of fleeing with only the essentials left her feeling vulnerable. "The fire didn't just take away our home, it took away our safety," she said, reflecting on the emotional and psychological toll the disaster took on her and her family. Despite the loss, Shriver emphasized the importance of focusing on what truly matters: family. "The house can be rebuilt, but a family cannot be replaced," she said, underscoring the resilience and gratitude that many people, including celebrities, have shown in the face of tragedy. Shriver's perspective reminded others that, even in the most difficult times, family and community are the pillars of strength. 15. Milo Ventimiglia. Actor Milo Ventimiglia, known for his role in This Is Us, lost his $4.5 million Malibu home in the wildfires. The house had symbolized his success, and its destruction was both a personal and emotional loss for him. "Everything from my favorite furniture to family heirlooms was swept away in the blink of an eye," Ventimiglia shared. Despite the emotional weight of losing such a personal space, Ventimiglia showed incredible strength by using his platform to support fire relief efforts. He recognized that while the loss of material possessions was devastating, others had been even more severely affected, and he felt compelled to help. Ventimiglia's efforts to give back showed the power of empathy and the importance of using one's privilege and resources to aid those in need. 16. John C. Reilly. Actor John C. Reilly, known for his roles in Chicago and Step Brothers, lost his $2.8 million home in Altadena to the wildfires. Reilly's property had served as a peaceful retreat where he could write music and practice with his band. "There's no price to what I've lost," Reilly shared, his voice filled with grief. For Reilly, the loss was not just material. It was the destruction of a creative space that had been central to his artistic expression. The property had provided him with a sanctuary away from the demands of Hollywood, and the loss left him struggling to come to terms with what had been taken. Yet, like many others, Reilly expressed gratitude for his family's safety and vowed to rebuild. 17. Sandra Bullock. Oscar-winning actress Sandra Bullock lost her Malibu vacation home to the wildfires. Though she was not present when the fire struck, Bullock shared her sadness over the destruction of her property. "The house can be rebuilt, but the memories it held are irreplaceable," she said, reflecting on the emotional connection she had to the space. Bullock's focus on the irreplaceability of the memories housed within the walls of her home highlighted how deeply personal and significant our homes can be. Despite the loss, she remained optimistic, focusing on the safety of her family and the importance of supporting those who had lost everything. 18. Pierce Brosnan. Pierce Brosnan, the actor famous for portraying James Bond, lost his Malibu home in the fires. His property, which had been a sanctuary for Brosnan and his family, suffered significant damage. "It's heartbreaking to see your home, your sanctuary, reduced to rubble," Brosnan shared, acknowledging the deep emotional toll of watching a place that held so many memories disappear. Brosnan's reflections on the loss of his home echoed the feelings of many who have faced similar tragedies. A home is not just a physical structure. It is a sanctuary, a place of comfort, and a space filled with memories. While Brosnan acknowledged the pain of losing such a personal space, He focused on his family's safety and the importance of rebuilding, both physically and emotionally. 19. Simon Cowell music mogul Simon Cowell, known for American Idol and The X Factor, also faced the threat of the wildfires near his Los Angeles property. Though his home was ultimately spared, Cowell expressed deep relief for his safety and praised the heroic efforts of the firefighters who worked tirelessly to contain the flames. "They truly are the heroes in this disaster," Cowell said, acknowledging the bravery and selflessness of first responders. Cowell's experience highlighted the anxiety and uncertainty that many residents feel when disaster strikes. Despite not losing his home, Cowell shared his relief and his admiration for the firefighters who made it possible for his property to survive. His words served as a reminder of the essential role that these heroes play in times of crisis and the need for everyone to support fire relief efforts. 20. Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi. TV hosts Ellen DeGeneres and Portia de Rossi were forced to evacuate their Montecito home as flames threatened their property. While their home ultimately survived, they shared their deep grief for those in their community who were not as fortunate. "Losing a home is painful, but seeing my neighbors in the same situation broke my heart," Ellen said. DeGeneres and De Rossi's response to the fires reflected both personal relief and a strong sense of compassion for others. They used their platform to encourage their followers to support fire relief efforts and emphasized the importance of coming together as a community to help those in need. Their experience reminded everyone that, in times of crisis, it is not only important to take care of ourselves, but also to reach out and support others who are facing unimaginable loss. 21st. Martin Sheen, renowned for his role in The West Wing, lost his Malibu home to the wildfires. Sheen shared his heartbreak over the destruction, but remained deeply grateful that his family was safe. "I'm devastated by the destruction, but we're still here, and that's what matters most," Sheen said. His reflections focused on the importance of family, recognizing that while material possessions could be replaced, the well-being of his loved ones was the ultimate priority. Sheen's response to the fires highlights the deep emotional impact such events have on families. His ability to find gratitude despite such a personal loss serves as a reminder that even in the worst circumstances, the love and support of family can provide a foundation for rebuilding. Sheen's story resonates with many who have experienced similar losses, emphasizing the importance of resilience in the face of hardship. 22nd. Shannon Doherty. Actress Shannon Doherty, known for her role in Beverly Hills 90210, was another casualty of the wildfires, losing her Malibu home. Doherty, who has already battled cancer, was devastated by the loss, but found solace in the fact that her family was safe. "It's heartbreaking, but we'll rebuild," she shared, showing incredible strength and resilience. Doherty's response to the fire was a testament to her indomitable spirit. Despite the emotional toll of losing her home, she maintained a hopeful outlook, focusing on the future and the importance of her loved ones' safety. Doherty's strength in the face of such adversity served as an inspiration to many, and her determination to rebuild reminded others that even in the darkest times, there is always hope for a brighter future. 23. Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Aniston, best known for her role in Friends, was fortunate to be safe during the fires, but her Bel Air neighborhood was heavily impacted. Aniston expressed deep sorrow over the widespread devastation, acknowledging the heartache that many in her community were experiencing. "The firefighters who worked tirelessly to save lives and homes are true heroes," Aniston praised, emphasizing the immense gratitude she felt for their tireless efforts. Although Aniston's home was spared, the widespread damage in her community left her feeling sorrowful. Her reflections focused on the broader implications of the fires, highlighting the collective grief experienced by those who lost everything. Aniston's response was one of compassion, encouraging people to come together in the wake of disaster to support those who had been less fortunate. 24. Patrick Dempsey. Actor Patrick Dempsey, famous for his role in Grey's Anatomy, lost his Malibu home to the wildfires. Despite the physical loss, Dempsey remained optimistic, focusing on the safety of his family and expressing gratitude for the bravery of the first responders. "It's painful, but we're together, and that's what's most important," he said. Dempsey's response to the fire was one of resilience and perspective. He praised the courage of the firefighters who risked their lives to protect the community, showing gratitude for their selflessness. Dempsey's ability to maintain a hopeful outlook despite the loss of his home is a powerful reminder that the love and safety of family and the strength of community are the pillars that can help people rebuild after disaster. 26. Paris Hilton. Paris Hilton, heiress of the Hilton fortune and a cultural icon, tragically lost her $8 million Malibu mansion to the wildfires. The home, once a symbol of her luxurious lifestyle, was consumed by flames. In an emotional post on social media, Hilton shared a video of her home engulfed by fire and expressed deep sorrow, saying, "The memories, the dreams I had here, are now just ashes." Despite the heartbreak, Hilton showed immense gratitude for the safety of her family and quickly shifted her focus to helping others affected by the fires. She set up a charitable fund and donated millions to help fire victims rebuild their lives. Hilton also used her platform to raise awareness about environmental protection and wildfire prevention, showing a deep commitment to addressing the root causes of the destruction. Hilton's response demonstrates that even in the face of loss, one can find the strength to give back and support the greater community. 27. Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag. Reality TV stars Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag lost their $3.5 million Palisades home in the recent wildfires. Designed with eco-friendly materials, the house had been a place of many happy family memories. However, the most painful loss for Pratt was not the material possessions, but the irreplaceable family heirlooms and mementos, including photos of their son and wedding keepsakes. "Those things cannot be replaced," Pratt shared, his voice filled with grief. Despite the heartache, both Spencer and Heidi remain optimistic and are collaborating with charitable organizations to help other affected families. Their commitment to supporting others, despite their own loss, exemplifies the importance of community and the need to support those who have lost everything. Their story reminds us that while physical possessions can be lost, the love and support we give to each other are the most important things that remain. 28th Bozoma Street. John Bozoma Street John, star of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, lost her $6.8 million Malibu mansion in the fire. The property, located on a hilltop with panoramic views of the Pacific Ocean, was a symbol of St. John's success. The loss was deeply emotional for St. John, who had built a life filled with beautiful memories and valuable artwork in the home. "I may have lost my home, but I haven't lost hope," St. John shared as she began organizing donations to support other affected families. She also called for unity in the face of disaster, encouraging people to come together and help each other rebuild. St. John's story is a testament to the resilience and strength that can emerge after tragedy. Her ability to turn grief into action and to inspire others to do the same demonstrates the power of hope and community. 29th, Julianne Hough. Julianne Hough, star of Dancing with the Stars, was forced to evacuate her $3.2 million Hollywood Hills home when flames approached. Though the exact damage to her home hadn't been assessed at the time, Hough shared that many valuable items and mementos had undoubtedly been lost. "I can't believe everything I love could disappear in an instant," she reflected. Hough praised the firefighters for their tireless efforts to save what they could, expressing deep gratitude for their work. Her experience reflects the shock and disorientation that often accompanies the loss of a home, as well as the immense gratitude that comes with knowing that family members and loved ones are safe. Hough's words also underscore the importance of preparedness and the need to support first responders who are on the front lines of such disasters. 30. Molly Sims. Actress and model Molly Sims lost her $5 million mansion in Los Angeles to the wildfires. The property, surrounded by lush greenery and natural landscapes, had been a peaceful retreat for Sims and her family. She spoke of the heartbreak of losing precious items, including wedding mementos and vintage fashion collections. "We lost wedding mementos and vintage fashion collections," Sims said, unable to hold back tears. In an effort to cope with the loss, Sims joined charitable campaigns to support the affected communities. "I know I am not alone in this pain. Together, we will overcome it," she shared. Sims's message of unity and hope highlighted the importance of coming together as a community to rebuild and recover after such a devastating event. Her willingness to use her platform to help others further reinforced the strength of human connection in the face of adversity.